Everybody, move here. As you guys already know, artifacts are a major part of the end game in Genshin Impact. As a result, you're going to need a lot of fodder artifacts to feed into your primary artifacts that you are trying to take up to level 20 to max level. So, without wasting too much of your time, I'm going to show you guys the highest value tier 1 nodes that you should be hitting on a daily basis. This will only take about 5 to 10 minutes. And of course, the tier 2, if you have a few more minutes to spare, if you want to hit up the tier 2, that's definitely going to benefit you as far as the overall experience that you can farm on a daily basis. You know, if you're on a longer bus ride or something, you can certainly clean house a little bit more. So let's get right into it. I don't want to waste too much of your time. We're going to hit up one that you guys may or may not usually go to. Right here, teleport by Min Ling in Li Wei. Technically, this is two different locations, but because they are so close to each other, I basically count it as one location. And the value is quite high, probably second highest after, you know, that really nice hidden cellar that we will also be going to in just a second here. So there's a bunch of treasure hoarders here. You can clear them out if you want. We will. You can also just kind of ninja the loot and run if you are a little bit more strapped for time. There we go, just get rid of all of them. Slight overkill. Alright, we got them all? Perfect. So, this tent will have an artifact location right here. We got 2 from it this time. Might as well pick up all this other stuff as well. Now you're gonna get a few more from the stack of books there and from this little pouch there. So this location gave us 5 so far. And then just over the hill, there's another little caravan, an abandoned caravan that has 2 more locations that can give you up to 4 more artifacts. So assuming we can get inside there. Okay, we got 2 from this one, and we got 2 from this one. So we got 9 total trash artifacts to use as fodder from this one location. The next one is going to be right over here on the little island by Selterra. You guys probably already know this one. It's going to be a little bit of, I guess, a tent, an abandoned tent that has about 4 different nodes. Slightly lower value than the one we just went to, but still a tier 1 location as far as I'm concerned, especially if you get lucky and each one of these nodes gives you 2 artifacts. You can definitely get up to 6 from this location. This time we only got 5, which is already pretty good. Next, we're going to go to Starglow Cavern Dragon Spine. The only thing left to acquire from Dragon Spine after you complete your tree is the artifacts at this location. So I don't particularly enjoy the deep freezing effect of this zone, so I don't really come here unless I have some specific material to acquire. Hopefully Monsieur Albedo is short enough to get through there. So we can get 4 artifacts from here. Generally we get a few more of the green quality ones, but this time we only got 1. So another tier 1 location. So far we've hit 3 tier 1 locations, and the best artifact spot in the game is going to be the one we are going to right now, and that is going to mark it as the final tier 1 location. So as you saw, it only took less than 5 minutes to get all of the tier 1 locations, and that included a battle with the treasure hoarders, which you can absolutely skip. You can just go and pick up the treasure or the artifacts and then just bail. So you don't have to fight them. And this one is kind of a mix of a tier 1 and a tier 2, because you can also go down to the pier. There's a few more locations that could potentially give you artifacts, not always. The boxes are randomized, so sometimes they'll give you ore, sometimes you'll get food stuff. But this cellar right here is the mother lode as far as artifacts are concerned. If you can only hit one place, if you're waiting in line for coffee and you literally only have a minute, always come to this location. There's a lot of artifacts to be had here. And there you go. The cellar is the best spot to get fodder artifacts. Now that we are done with the tier 1, we're going to move on straight into the tier 2, and we might as well start with the pier. Again, you don't have to come down here, but if you do, you could potentially get lucky and score up to 5 or 6 more fodder artifacts. So there's a spot right here on the boat. We only got one this time. These 2 spots right here will always give you something decent at least. These other ones are kind of completely random. So sometimes you'll get ore. Sometimes you'll get, you know, 2 artifacts like right now. Oh yeah. Talk about that timing, dude. Talk about that timing. This is usually just ore. So we got 3 pieces of ore. And we got a bunch of food materials. So the value is still decent. Even if you don't end up with artifacts, you still end up with something useful. The other tier 2 locations are going to be up here, Mount Ezang. I like to combine this particular location with that very rich egg harvest that is to be had on the peak immediately in front of us here. So generally I hit this up first and then we fly over to the artifacts. I use the eggs a lot to complete the weekly missions for cooking. So I don't cook too much in this game, but this is definitely one of those spots that is a very high value. And you have a Shao upgrade material there too. So a lot of bird eggs to be had up here. If you're newer to the game, you know, some of these locations might be new to you, which is fantastic. You know, start hitting them up as soon as you can. The value is definitely there. All right. So, 2 artifact spots right in this little cabin. Only 1 this time. You can get up to 4. Generally, it's RNG. You can usually get about 2, a maximum of 2 from each node. Next up, another tier 2 spot is right here. Slightly to the right of the one we were just at. And you can pick up some of the chilies too. That's why I like, even if you don't get artifacts per se, as long as there's something else that makes the route worthwhile, I would consider it tier 2. So that's these 2 spots right here, tier 2. And then the teleporter by Taisha Mansion, another tier 2 location right there. For me to consider a spot tier 2, it has to have the potential to give you at least 4 fodder artifacts. That's kind of the metric that I'm going by. Tier 1, you're going to be getting 6 or more. So this time we got 2 from this place, and then we got stuck on a pole. Okay. We got lucky. We got 5. So this could have been almost a tier 1. Almost. If we got 2 from each of these 3 spots, it would have been great. Okay. Finally, we have another tier 2 location right here. But I also like to consider this one tier 2, even though technically it isn't, just because of how much ore and food materials you get. So this one is kind of a personal favorite. It's not necessarily tier 2, but I'd like to think of it as 1 just because of the value that you can get here. So 2 artifacts from there. Got a bunch of food materials from there. And then you get a bunch of ore from the lady over here. And sometimes you even get crystal chunks, which is definitely worth the effort. Now we're going to actually go to a tier 2 location. This one also has additional loot along the route, which is quite beneficial. So more food stuff there. We get some weapon material here, more food stuff. I go behind the house, pick up the 2 mushrooms by the tree. There's going to be some more to be had right on this bridge. And this is actually the closest teleport spot to the tier 2 location, so you might as well pick up all the stuff along the route. There we go. Come on, Ning. Run faster! Faster, lady! Time is money. If anyone knows that, it's you. Alright? There we go. So, we got 3 artifacts and a bunch of weapon materials, a bunch of food. And finally, the last tier 2 location is right over here. Hopefully I'm going slow enough for you guys to see exactly where on the map I am going. And we just fly straight over this way to that tent over there. And it looks like we have a respawn on a chest. We gotta come back and shoot those flowers. But we're not gonna waste your time during this video. I'll just do that solo. All by my lonesome. Okay. Here we go. So, we're gonna get a bunch of radish, only 1 artifact, and a bunch of berries. That's basically the last of the tier 2. Technically this would be a tier 1, but because there's also other loot to be had in this little tent, I would like to think of it as such. And one extra bonus, I guess, since we're considering additional loot besides the artifacts, I guess I will show you one more location. Which is literally just a tent below this teleport point, and I'll definitely do it. After that, all the other locations are generally around tier 1-ish, sometimes tier 2 depending on RNG, but as long as you hit the tier 1s every day, as you saw, it only takes less than 5 minutes for the tier 1s and about 10 minutes to do the tier 1s and the tier 2s. So we got 2 artifacts here and a whole bunch of food crafting material. That's gonna do it for this video, guys. I don't want to waste too much of your time. Again, hopefully that gives you a good idea of the route to hit up. And again, depending on how much time you have available to you, you can do either the tier 1s or the tier 1s and the tier 2s. And if you're doing a full grind session, by all means, clear the entire map. That's gonna do it for me. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Enjoy your Genshin Impact. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.